Deep in the heart of the dense African jungle, where the trees seemed to touch the sky and the air was thick with the scent of wildflowers, there lived a witch doctor named Mfalme. Mfalme was not like any other healer in the land. His powers were spoken of in whispers, for they were believed to be drawn from ancient spirits older than the earth itself. The people of the village of Kijiji both revered and feared him, for his abilities were beyond their understanding. They would come to him with their troubles, sickness, broken hearts, lost crops, and he would always provide a solution, though his methods were mysterious. But Mfalme had a secret so dark and so powerful that even the spirits themselves had warned him to never reveal it. It was said that his magic was not just drawn from the earth, the skies, or the animals that roamed the jungle. No, Mfalme's magic came from something much deeper, something hidden beneath the ground in a place where no one dared to go. One day, a young girl named Amani arrived at Mfalme's hut. She was trembling, her face pale and her hands shaking. "Please, Mfalme," she begged. "My mother is very sick. The village healers cannot help her. I have tried everything. You are my last hope." The witch doctor looked down at the girl with his dark, piercing eyes. He had helped the villagers many times, but this time something felt different. There was a sense of urgency in the air, and Mfalme could feel the spirits whispering around him. "Bring your mother to me," he said in his deep, gravelly voice. "I will see what can be done." Amani nodded and ran back to the village. When she returned with her mother, the woman was so weak she could barely stand. Mfalme examined her with his hands, feeling the sickness coursing through her body. It was not an ordinary illness. This was something darker, something unnatural. "There is a curse upon your mother," Mfalme said, his eyes narrowing. "This is no mere sickness. Someone has wished ill upon her, and their magic is strong." Amani's heart sank. "Can you help her?" Mfalme hesitated. He knew that to cure the woman, he would have to break the most sacred rule of his craft. He would have to use the secret magic, the magic that the spirits had forbidden him to wield. But the look of desperation in Amani's eyes stirred something in him, and for the first time in many years, he questioned the ancient laws. "The cure exists," Mfalme finally said, "but it is dangerous. To remove this curse, I must call upon powers that have been locked away for generations." Amani's eyes widened. "What do you mean?" The witch doctor took a deep breath. "There is a place, far beneath the ground, where the spirits of the old world rest. It is there that the most potent magic is kept, guarded by creatures who do not take kindly to visitors. I swore to the spirits I would never venture there again, but to save your mother, I may have no choice." Amani's hands clenched into fists. "I will do whatever it takes." Mfalme nodded. He knew the journey would not be easy, but there was no turning back now. He gathered his staff, a bag of herbs, and a small glowing stone. The stone was a key, a guide to the hidden world beneath. "Come," he said to Amani. "We must go before the sun sets." The two traveled deep into the jungle, further than Amani had ever been. The air grew colder and the trees thicker until they reached a clearing with a single massive boulder in the center. Mfalme raised the glowing stone to the boulder, and with a loud rumble, the earth shifted, revealing a narrow staircase leading down into the darkness. Amani hesitated, but Mfalme urged her on. "Do not be afraid. Stay close to me." As they descended, the air grew damp and heavy. Strange noises echoed through the cavern, and the light from the stone cast eerie shadows on the walls. After what felt like hours, they reached the bottom. There, in the center of the chamber, was a pool of water so still it looked like glass. Above it, suspended in the air, was a crystal as bright as the sun. This was the source of Mfalme's secret power, the ancient heart of the earth itself. "The crystal holds the cure," Mfalme whispered, "but it is guarded." No sooner had the words left his mouth than a loud roar filled the chamber. From the shadows emerged a creature unlike anything Amani had ever seen. It had the body of a lion, the wings of an eagle, and eyes that glowed with an otherworldly light. The guardian of the crystal, Mfalme stepped forward, raising his staff. "I come for the crystal. I come to save a life." The creature growled, its eyes narrowing. "You swore never to return, Mfalme." "I know," Mfalme said, "but the spirits have called me back." The creature studied him for a moment, then stepped aside. "Take the crystal, but know this. Once you use its power, there is no going back. The spirits will demand a price." Mfalme hesitated, but Amani's desperate face flashed in his mind. He had no choice. He reached out and touched the crystal, feeling its energy surge through him. In that moment, he knew the cost would be great, but he could not turn away. With the crystal in hand, they returned to the surface. Mfalme performed the ritual, channeling the crystal's power to lift the curse from Amani's mother. As the magic flowed through him, Mfalme felt his strength fading. The spirits were taking their price. When the ritual was over, Amani's mother was healed, her strength returning in an instant. But Mfalme was never the same. His once vibrant energy had dimmed, and though he still possessed great knowledge, the secret magic was now lost to him forever. Amani thanked him with tears in her eyes, but Mfalme only smiled. "The spirits always take their due," he whispered. "Remember, child, some secrets are meant to remain hidden." And with that, the witch doctor turned and disappeared into the jungle, leaving behind a legacy that would be spoken of for generations to come.